Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Greta Bereisaite. I'm dating and relationship coach for men and women. And today's topic is why men and women pull away when it's actually getting close. So I'm gonna just jump right into the top. By the way, actually, let me remind you, I have been a dating and relationship coach since 2016. I have coached many, many people, many women, many men. So if you would like a coaching session, you can book me over my website. All the links will be in the video description. So let me just jump right into the topic. And first, I'm gonna cover men and then I will talk about women. Hey guys, hey Brad. Oh, Brad, thank you for your comments under my lives. So I'm gonna talk about why and women pull away. And I'll start with men first. And then I'll tell you guys why girls pull away when things are finally getting quite good, right? So let me give you a bit of scenario. This is usually what happens with men. And guys, you might actually get a little bit more self-aware as well. Because a lot of times we know that things are happening, but we kind of don't understand why. So when somebody kind of breaks it down, it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting the aha moment. So usually this is how it goes with guys. So let's say you like a girl. Let's say, for example, you like a girl, you start to pursue a girl, she starts to like you back, things are going really well, and then he's really, let's say you're really into the girl, she's kind of like maybe not that sure, but she's into you as well, but she's let's say she's not over pursuing you, she's keeping like her dignity, right? She's keeping her self-respect. So she's not chasing, she's not over pursuing, but you're kind of leading, right? And she's following. So you both are happy, everything is going well. Then let's say you're sweeping her off her feet. Intimacy happens, you're just sweeping her off her feet. And then she starts to fall for you, right? And because you're like there for her, you're being persistent, you're like the one and only, da da da, and she starts to fall for you. And then, sorry, I got something in my eye. And when she starts to fall for you, um, basically you both enjoy the good times together. So let's say you maybe even tell her that you love her, she tells you she loves you too, and you have this big presence, this big moment where you both are just happy, like in love, right? And now what happens with men a lot of times, when you have this big moment where you're just both happy, over sharing and over feeling and all of that, a lot of times straight after that moment guys need space. So now he achieved his goal. She fell in love. She's happy, right? And now he kind of needs his space to kind of focus on different things, do like a little bit different things, maybe focus on his friends a bit more, or the family more, or the business more, or the gym, or whatever else. He achieved his goal, so now he needs to like redirect his attention somewhere else for a little bit, just to get that space to miss the girl. The problem is when women get this, like when we go like, oh, I love him, he's the one, he pursued me so much, oh, I have all these big feelings for him. This is when a woman doesn't need space. She gets like, when you step back, she gets anxious, she gets paranoid, she panics. She's like, I thought he said he loves me, I thought I'm the one, and now he's stepping back, and I'm like, I feel like I need him more. She kind of nearly needs to be wants to be joined to you, because now she has all these feelings, and women don't have this pull away need, so we freak out, we panic. So this is one of the reasons why guys pull away when we get close to you. So he kind of achieves the goal and now he's focusing somewhere else. However, the thing is, when he's focusing somewhere else, if a woman is just aware of this, if she's just aware that he has this need just to focus his direction somewhere else, if she just understands it and doesn't chase and gives him that space, then majority of guys, like 99% of guys, will come back and will start to pursue you again and sweep you off your feet again, because you gave him that space just to do his own thing after he kind of had these moments with you. However, because women don't understand that, and when you step back, we think you lost feelings for her, or that that you use her as stuff. So we start to chase you more, we start to pursue you more, we get more anxious. And then he starts to pull away even more. And when she pursues you more, because now she's upset, she has all these feelings, she doesn't understand the pull away, and she pursues more and more and more. And that's usually when guys actually just go like, you're so needy, you're so controlling, you need so much attention. And they disappear, we ghost. That's usually the reason with men and women. So let me look at your comments. Do you like BBC Men? I don't watch TV. Why do you guys ghost after? Why do you guys ghost after you love bomb? Well, I just explained it why. Um, a lot of times, actually, if a guy purposely is love bombing you, and then you go straight after, it could also be because he sees that you're going like, oh, I'm in love, and then he's like, great, now she's gonna chase me because I can see she's like all in love. So this could be another reason why they step back after. Um, Another times, like sometimes you're just no, it's not awake. Why would you say that? Another times, sometimes it's just I got distracted by the comment. I think sometimes we just get a little bit of fear as well. It's like, okay, I'm not that into her, and I just kind of was caught in a moment, and kind of I love bombed her a bit too much. So it could also be like that a guy is taking a step a little bit back, just because he's like, oh, I'm not really that into her, but it's just happened. So it's like, at the end of the day, girls, like if you feel like he's taking the step back, the most important is just to kind of allow him to do that and don't get anxious and not start to chase him. Because if you allow him to take that step back, most likely he will come back to you because he will not feel pressured by you. He'll be like, okay, she's not pressured, she's not chasing, she's not desperate. So, like, she's not putting pressure on this relationship, so I can feel kind of be myself and come back. She's not like crazy about me. And this is what guys like. And when we come back, and when we feel comfortable to pursue you more. But when you show that you're kind of crazy about him, it adds a lot of pressure. And a lot of times when we start to feel pressured, then we freak out and we ghost. um so if I'll see, okay, so again, if I will see any rude comments, you guys will be blocked and deleted. So just letting you all know. This is Dating and Relationship Live, meaning psychology. If you guys have any questions like towards dating and relationships, not like sexual questions, but like psychological questions, why she lost interest or da da da, fine, please leave them here. I'll read it, I'll answer you. If you have any questions towards what women like, towards self-worth, leave them here. I will answer them. If I'll see any inappropriate questions, you will get blocked. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for nice comments. That's nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're looking like a movie artist, are you? That's sweet. Thank you. Okay, so far I'm getting quite a few comments. Nice ones. Thank you. That's a bit of a change. Right. Are looks very much important to guys compared to women? Because I feel like guys are much more shallow compared to women. I wouldn't call it shallow. Um, I think looks are important, especially when you're. The way I think with guys, it's like when you're young, like in your 20s, early 20s or something, or even before that, or early 20s, then I find that men find the looks very important. A beautiful girl, a beautiful this, a beautiful that, we all smitten, right? And we think like if she's beautiful, she's gonna be perfect, she's gonna be my wife, and da da da. When we start to date and we experience a lot of beautiful women and we start to see lots of crazy behaviors, that's when the looks become not so important. And when we look for somebody who is more, just a bit more wise, a bit more responsible, a bit more peaceful, has her emotions in check, who's a real woman, a good woman, rather than she looks 10 out of 10. So this is when guys will go like, okay, I'm actually happy with 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 if she's a good, great woman. And we will take that over somebody who's like looks 10 out of 10 but is just behaving purely crazy. Because at the end of the day, for guys towards a woman, yes, he needs to feel attracted towards her. He needs to be, he needs to be attracted to her. But the more important thing is psychological. It has to be psychological. You have to be attractive psychologically. You kind of have to make him feel good as a man, but not by stroking his ego and trying to please him or trying to win him. No, by all the other ways, by allowing him to lead, by respecting him, by enjoying time with him, by not judging him, by allowing him to be himself. A man needs to feel like he's not judged by being himself. So even if you have some things that you don't like about him, don't tell him because he'll stop opening up. Like we need to feel that we can be ourselves. And a lot of times, actually, men change when a woman accepts him for who he is. He starts to slowly change because he wants to impress her. He falls for her, because when you fall for somebody, you want to be better, you want to be loved, you want to make you want to make the other woman, the other person happy. Let me see. Mm. Okay, I'll just block this one. Thanks for giving me attention, though. Toxic boys for life. Right, respect. Thank you. Let's see. Hi from London. I'm new. Hello. I used to live in London. How do you show appreciation for your significant other that thinks you are not appreciative? You're a girl. You show appreciation by saying thank you. That's it. I think a lot of, like by not criticizing, by following when he leads, by respecting, by being happy around him, by not negging, by not complaining, everything adds up by enjoying a guy's company, So it's like by not arguing with him. Like, of course, you should stand up for yourself. You cannot just become like a complete pleaser because he'll just be like, I'm bored, So you have to stand up for yourself for sure, and when he does something bad, like you should call him out. But if you don't allow him to lead, and you're like complaining that he took the wrong way with the car or he didn't park well, or you disrespect him by other ways, it's all kind of goes towards appreciation. So appreciation is not just like, oh, thank you and a kiss or something. No, it's like it's it's a behavior in a way. He needs to feel appreciated while he's with you because you're not criticizing him. Yeah, there is a lot of negativity out there. Okay. The longer the nails, the less work she does. You know what? It is harder to do work with nails for sure. But it depends on the work as well, because it depends on the work. If it's work on the internet, that's one thing. If it's work washing dishes, that's another thing. I was married 17 years old. I'm now 33 and don't take her advice seriously. You started to take her for granted. So, why do men start to take women for granted? When we watch them and we lose trust in what we're saying, or when a woman doesn't have strong enough boundaries, or sometimes when she gives too much, when she talks too much. So I think we just take people for granted a little bit when we spend a long time with them and when we get to know them better. It can happen, especially if you get to know somebody better and you go like, okay, she's not very wise or he's not very wise. Like, so women start to take men for granted for things like that as well. We just stop listening. So you have to. This is why we kind of have to educate ourselves, grow, um, more like talk based on logic rather than emotion. A lot of women talk based on emotion all the time, and men just take it for granted because men are not as emotional, and we just see it as naive or something. So I understand. So it's the healthiest relationships are when men accept women for women and women accept men for men. These are the healthiest relationships. When men expect women to behave more like men or to be as logical as men, that's when men lose respect for women because we compare it and we go like, oh, she's not as logical as me, therefore there's something wrong with her, or she's way more emotional, therefore something is wrong with her. Or a woman might expect a guy to behave like a girl because she thinks like, oh, if I feel like this, men and women are the same, so he's gonna feel like this. If I like it when a guy showers me with compliments and buys me gifts, oh, he will like it if I shower him with compliments and buy him gifts and all of that. So a woman projects who she is and thinks that a man is like that as well. And that's how things don't work out because a man is different. He's not gonna love you more because you shower him with compliments. He will love you more when you actually show respect. But a woman will love you more when you shower her with compliments, not when you show respect. Respect is important, but when you're sweet and you're romantic and you're kind and you sweep her off her feet, that's when she'll fall in love with you. Not when you're all logical, making sense all the time and showing respect. It's like, okay, weirdo, like I'm not feeling anything here. So it's like, but when you understand the differences between men and women and you accept them and you start to give what a woman needs, not what you need, that's when things actually work out. What Vicky on your necklace? So I'm a Catholic. It's Saint Benedict on my key, and the Saint Benedict is actually against everything what's bad. So against all your bad comments, all your bad, rude, vulgar comments. That's protection. Saint Benedict. It's against the devil. So all your red flag comments, it should be bouncing off right now. Um, yeah, okay. Didi, you are hidden from my channel. Anyone else? I would enjoy and be greatly intrigued by getting to know you better. Okay, right. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate your nice comments. What did you learn from your life? I think a lot of things. It depends which topic you mean. It's like if you're gonna talk about life lessons, the life will last for a day. um, Right. Just looking at your comments, what are you saying that work only with men who don't want to get married? What are you saying that that work only with men who don't want to get married? Okay, I'll put it like this. The advice I would give to somebody who's dating a practicing Christian and a worldly man, it is a bit different because people are different. So somebody who is, let's say, out in the world and they a non-believer, they more like going through this kind of pickup artist stuff and stuff like that. The advice for a woman I would give would be different if she wants that type of man, because then you need to know, you need to have more skills to handle this type of behavior, because there's a lot of games involved. There's a lot of, from his side, there's a lot of mixed signals. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of drama. But sometimes, a lot of women fall for bad boys and we go like, oh, I want this type of guy. So the advice I would be giving to a woman, I would be a bit more like, okay, this is a game. This is how you handle it. This is this. This is how you react to this. However, if a guy is a good man, and you see through his actions from the beginning that he's a good man, and you can see it, how he treats others, how he talks, how he treats you, and all of that, then the advice to a woman I would give would be much more relaxed, much more friendly. You can be more yourself. You just have to stay feminine. You just still have to be a female and a good woman, and then things just flow and they work out. So it's actually really easy when a man is, then with good men, it's very easy. All you need to know is just some differences between men and women and work through that. And with good men, you can talk about these things. We're not gonna pull away, run away, and do whatever else. It's much easier. Just don't chase, don't pursue, don't act desperate, and it's gonna be fine. With men that are players, it's difficult because you need to have a lot of knowledge and skills not to get played. So yeah, so it's different advice, definitely. And obviously, I would not recommend for girls to date players, but I am not the one choosing a guy for her. She is choosing what she likes. Same with guys, with you guys. Some of you like girls that, some of you go like, oh, I want a good woman, but you come to church and you're like bored, right? You're like, oh, I want that one, the cheeky one, or the gamey one, or the chaotic one. Some of you go straight for drama, right? And you're bored with a good woman. And others, go like, no, I'm bored of all these chaos and drama. I just want peace. And then you go for a good woman. But a lot of times, actually, what happens, a lot of bad boys, or let's just shorten it up, say bad boys want good women, but they don't want to be a good man to a good woman. We still stay bad and we look for the ways how to get her. It's like, no, if you want a good woman, you have to be a good man. Otherwise, you're not a match. If you want to be a bad man, then you're going to get you're going to get a bad girl. Like, that's how you match. Otherwise, it's like, otherwise, you're just like, if you're a bad boy who wants a good woman, all you're going to do is just take advantage of her, like, and traumatize her, That's what happens. I moved back to Australia from the UK. My ex still messages, but should I not message her to set her free so that she can be with someone else? I think she's holding on. Yeah, if she's texting you, she's holding on for sure. Yeah, 100%, Brad. Definitely. Let her move on, especially if you're nice messaging her, like, she's definitely holding on. And I think with your ex, only message her if you're actually starting to think of getting her back or something like that. Other than that, don't do it. Let her move on. Definitely. Um, I'm not from Russia, no. Um, she has locked up hair. But right, let me see. Are you jobless? This is my job, Thomas. This has been my job for since 2016. Um, it's my job what I'm doing now. I saw a woman at my martial arts class that I really want to sleep with. I don't. Okay, well, I don't coach guys how to get a girl to sleep with because it goes against my values. You know, it's not about you guys using women for your selfish needs. I coach men for happy, healthy relationships, how to be a good man, but not like somebody that's kind of like taken for granted, right? No, a good man that women value and respect and want to be with for a serious relationship, not how to get girls into your bed. That's totally against my Christian values. She does great. Thank you. Now that I'm actually talking about with you guys, very unattractive. Oh, no, I don't date girls. So, why women pull away when things get close? Because women do this too. So with women, I would say, because I talked about how why men pull away when things get good, right? But now let's talk about, I don't know what that is. I think YouTube is like managing the comments, right? The bad comments. So you guys are now talking in some sort of weird language. I'm sorry, I'm a Christian. I don't understand your whatever language you're talking about. So cut it out. It doesn't make sense to me. Thank you. Um, right. So why women pull away when you come on too strong? So, this is how women are. We are quite cheeky as well. We can be playful and we can give a bit of mixed signals, right? So, definitely can happen, right? So, let's say if you kind of like with the guy and you're flirting with him, but you're not sure about him, right? You're unsure and you're flirting. So, you kind of you're smiling or you're giving the eye contact or you enjoy your time with him, you're laughing, etc., etc., right? But you know in your heart, in your mind, you're like not sure about him because maybe there are signs that things just don't feel right. Maybe it's the look, maybe he's too gamey, maybe he's putting you down, maybe he doesn't know how to romance you, maybe he's not maybe you can feel that he's not masculine enough because that can be a big turn off as well, right? And let's say this guy starts to come on strong, that you start to see that he might actually develop feelings for you. A woman may step back because she goes like, oh, I don't feel the same way. Like I don't feel the same way and I see that he is like getting really into me, right? So she might step back or she'll like, I feel bad now. You know, I kind of overplayed or I over flirted and I don't have the same feelings, you know, and I can't imagine, let's say, because women, like we have, you know, we kind of imagine things, right? So I can't imagine things going forward, you know, so this is why she steps back. So ultimately it's more when she's not that into you. If you come on quite strong and she is into you, she will not step back. She will be happy. She will be happy that you're making your strong moves, right? So it's like it's don't think like, oh, if I'll come on too strong, she's gonna step back. No, if she's really into you, if she's developing feelings for you because you're ticking her boxes, then you will come on strong. She's gonna go ahead with that. But if you're not ticking her boxes, if there is something's missing and you're coming on too strong, she might step back, or she's like, no, it's like I'm not feeling this, I'm not feeling this, I'm not feeling that. So she might step back. That's the only reason. Whereas for men, well, not the only reason, but like there's a lot of reasons, but that's one of the reasons I want to focus on. And for men, it's just like stepping back a lot of times. It's just like when things are really good, after like the loving time together, we just need a bit of space to focus on other things. And women freak out and we chase them, right? So women, don't freak out, don't panic, don't chase them. He will be back if you don't panic. Okay, right, guys. So that's kind of like, okay, guys, have you ever had a situation where, let's say, you pursued a woman really, really strong, and then you ghosted her? Did you have these type of situations? And why? Why do you think you ghosted her? Like, let's say you were like really into her, you like charmed her, da 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 da, and then poof, you're gone. What were the reasons? Let me know in the comments. I want to see. Never. Usually with guys, it's so funny with guys. Like, we lie to your face so much. It's like if the answer doesn't, if it doesn't benefit them to tell the truth, we don't tell the truth. We lie to your face. This I find bloody all the time. It's like we just don't admit the truth. Unless you literally, a lot of times guys literally only admit the truth when you bloody break up with them. That's the only time. And even then we're like, no, you were wrong. It's like, oh, men are so not complicated, but so, a lot of you guys put yourself first, like so blindly. Not all of you, but a lot of men, we just blindly put themselves first. And that's a big turnoff, because as a woman, you want to feel like he puts you first, not because you're better than him, because a woman is not better than you, but he puts you first out of kind of because he's cherishing you, because he cares about you, because you're more vulnerable, because you're a woman, not because you're better, but because you're a woman. Whereas like a lot of guys don't understand that nowadays, and we think like, if I'll put her first, she'll think she's better, right? No, like if you put me first, it's because I'm more vulnerable. I'm a woman. You care about me, But when you put yourself first blindly, it's like, okay, well, I already know you're more stronger. I already know you're tougher. I already know all of these. You don't have to put yourself first and just act all selfish. You start to feel for granted, like taken for granted. And do I look Chinese? I put my ex first and she used me. Yeah, you have to be careful with that as well. You have to be, I understand. I understand there's a lot of, not all girls are good. Definitely. I get it. I get that. I understand. Um, I was actually telling to this guy, I was saying, like, why don't you just try to treat women right from the beginning? Just treat women right when you're dating them. Don't do mixed signals. Don't do I want you, I don't want you, da da da, whatever. Try to get her into bed. Like, don't do any of that. Just try to treat a woman right from the beginning. Like, invest into her. Be a gent, da 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 da. And yes, you will have girls that are not ready for the good treatment rejecting you in the beginning. We're gonna be like, oh, he's so into me, but or he wants me so much, da da. Some of the girls, yes, immature girls that are not wife material, they will reject it. They will be like, oh, da 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 da, right? But a woman that's a good woman, when you treat her right from the beginning, she will not reject you. She will appreciate that, and that way you will not lose out on a good woman, right? So you will lose out on, like, let's say, you will lose out, like, you will scan all the immature little girls, but you will not lose out on a good woman eventually. But if you're treating every single woman with mixed signals, when you actually gonna come across a good woman and you're treating her with mixed signals, she's gonna be like, I'm out, honey. So you'll actually lose out on that. Yeah, it goes both ways, definitely. 100%. Um, where the hell are we good? Try church. As a woman, what do I expect from a man on a first date? Do I expect him to buy me dinner, or is it acceptable that we just go to the beach or something? It depends how you meet. It depends how you meet. A lot of time, if you don't know each other, and you just go to a beach and you go for a walk or something, if he's a good man, and you're meeting at a certain hour, you might be like, oh, are you if he starts to like you, might be like, oh, are you hungry? Do you want to eat something? Do you want to drink something? Do you want ice cream? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want a glass of wine? So even a walk to the beach could turn into something cool if he likes you. If he doesn't, then a walk by the beach will be like, okay, we had a walk by the beach and then he's out, or maybe it will be like a walk by the beach and then he decides he likes you, and then next time he'll offer something bigger. So the first time, it's a bit like kind of hit and miss. It's more like really just to check, is there any likability, any bond, any chemistry? If it's like something from online dating or something you never met before. If it's more like you really know each other, you've been friends and stuff like that, well then, you could ask you out on a proper date. Yeah, we are romantic, aren't we? Um, I like professional women, but not too much of a babysitter. I understand. Let me see. Are you Austrian or German? Neither of these. You want to be my online girlfriend? Oh dear, why don't you get AI girlfriend instead? Why do females feel the need to... Okay, I don't know what's that comment. I don't see... Okay. He flirts with all women. He says it is the southern way. He is not southern, but if I talk to a man, he loses his mind. Um, you can't, if you like him and you want to be with him, you can't really do anything about it. Like, it's like the only thing you can do is show him that it doesn't bother you or doesn't affect you. That he's kind of doing that. Because the more bothered you are, the more a guy will continue the same thing. Like, oh, she's getting a reaction. I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to do this again, because it strokes his ego. But if you're not too, but if you don't show that you're bothered, a lot of times flirting is basically a show for you to see, will you get bothered? So if you're not, but if you don't show that you're bothered, you do your own thing, you ignore it, usually guys stop flirting. Also with flirting is like, what is his intention? Is his intention just to get a bit of an ego stroke and he's just kind of showing off that he can get women? Or does he actually have serious intentions? So it's like, it's more up to you to see, like, if you can, if it's something that's unacceptable for you, of course you can break up with him for it. But if it's something, if he's really amazing somewhere else and it's just a thing he does, when you kind of out and about, maybe it's something you can live with. Maybe it's just like a little flirt to kind of show off whatever. He's kind of embarrassing himself by doing that, to be honest, because he's embarrassing himself and he's embarrassing you. um, why he's embarrassing himself? He's embarrassing himself because he's just coming across as a bit like a bad boy. And when you reach a certain age, this becomes unattractive. You know, you don't come across as mature, you come across as just like looking for attention. And he's embarrassing you because all the women go like, oh, he flirted with me. Because when you flirt with a woman, she thinks you're into him. She thinks you want him. She doesn't understand that a lot of times it's just to make the girlfriend jealous. So all these women might think like, oh, he wants me so much. If I wanted, I could steal this guy from her. You know, he's not like when you flirt with a woman, a lot of women think like he wants me so much, I could steal him from his girlfriend, his poor girlfriend. He's not attracted towards her because if he was attracted towards her, he would be talking to her. This is how women, a lot of women think when you're flirting with them. I can tell you, I'm a woman. That's how I used to think before I realized that it's all a game. A lot of times to make the girlfriend jealous or just for his own ego stroke. You think like, oh, he's flirting with me. He's so into me. He's obviously not attracted to his girlfriend. So, so it's like, so then it's like, oh, you're really disrespecting her in front of all these women. We're looking down at her now. And you coming across as a player, so I would cut it off. If I like, you guys would, it's better if you cut it off. Um, who is Messi and Ronaldo? My two favorites. That's who we are. What if he tries to make you jealous with your sister? That's usually a game. That's usually a game. Don't react to this. Like I would say, like, of course she's beautiful. She's my sister. Or yeah, of course she's lovely. Or it's like guys do stupid games. I remember I did this to my ex's brother. He had really handsome he was very handsome, but he had really handsome brothers as well. And I said to him, I said, your brother is so handsome. And he said, babe, of course he's handsome. He's my brother. I was like, you are like, can't do any cheeky things with you because you just straight away bounce it off. So I took that and I was like, if a guy tries to make me jealous with somebody, of course she's beautiful. She's my sister. So yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one for guys and girls. They're like, yeah, of course she's beautiful. She's my friend. What do you think? I'm not going to have beautiful friends? Like, duh. Is he trying to make you jealous? Just ignore. Yeah, exactly. Damn, some of you are really confident. So why are you asking these questions? You're so confident. Very good point. A confident woman doesn't ask insecure questions. Very good point. Hi, Zara. I'm Lithuanian. Um, would you cut it off if you have been together for a long time and he takes care of you overall? Just has a work friend that calls him. If it depends what it is, that work friend. But if it's just a work friend that calls him, no, I wouldn't cut it off. Definitely not. If he takes care of you, majority of the times, like a lot of investments going in, it's an investment going towards you. As long as a guy is giving you attention, care, he's investing into you, he's taking you out, there's physical attraction, all of that. Like, why would he cheat? Doesn't make sense, Like guys don't cheat when there is no problems, So, and other women, like women will get in contact with guys. We do that. Nowadays, women do that. We like if a guy is married, women will approach him. If a guy is single, women will approach him. Like it's just how it is. Nowadays, it's so acceptable that in a way, like nowadays we have to trust our partners so much more than before, because the world is like from every single angle is making us so insecure, and if we're going to start showing our insecurities, they will never end. So it's like we kind of had to normalize another woman texting or not make it into a big deal, because if we'll make these things into a big deal, it's like there will be no men left to date. My wife is dark skinned. Is that an issue? Why? It's beautiful. Dark skin is beautiful. Why would it be an issue? I find all skins beautiful. Everything. Seriously, like, I think very dark black can be very beautiful. Mixed race can be very beautiful. White is beautiful. Like me and my friend, we had this conversation. So she's Black African, and we said in every single race, if a person is beautiful, they are beautiful in every bloody race. It's like if you're a beautiful person, you're gonna be beautiful in every single race. If you're not a very beautiful person, like every single race will find you not as beautiful. So um, but that's my opinion. Like that's. Right. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna leave you with that. If you want some one-on-one coaching, uh, all the links are in my video description. And thank you all for watching. Lots of love. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.